Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins on the American-Mexican border. It revolves around Sean, a desperate father embarking on a relentless search for his missing daughter. Having spent 3 days in Mexico, Sean follows credible leads to a site where discarded cars are dumped. Informed that his daughter's car was spotted there, he meticulously inspects each vehicle, until he stumbles upon hers, which is remarkably well preserved. However, the discovery yields no clues, save for a pair of glasses belonging to her friend. Sean promptly reported the find to the local police department in Jures. Upon his return to the car dump, his daughter's vehicle mysteriously vanishes. Police officer Hector Montoya, skeptical of Sean's account, questions the situation and raises suspicions about the authenticity of the report. Advising Sean to leave the premises, due to potential legal consequences for unauthorized entry, Montoya casts doubt on the entire ordeal. Residing on a farm near the Texas border, Sean returns home to confront the distant demeanor of his eldest daughter, who accuses him of inadequately protecting the family. Witnessing her husband's anguish, Susan, Sean's wife, endeavors to provide solace and support in the face of the unfolding crisis. Despite the passage of time, his unease and worry over his missing daughter persist. Unable to shake off his suspicions, he confides in his wife about his growing belief in the possible involvement of the 2 police officers in the unsettling disappearance. Together, they decide to take matters into their own hands, and report the matter to the consulate the next morning. As Sean prepares to address the consulate, he receives an unexpected visitor, Max, an old friend from his military days. During their conversation, Sean's clandestine past is unveiled. He was once a colonel involved in a cleanup team, a special forces unit assigned to carry out extreme missions involving executions, massacres, destruction, and the elimination of criminals. Max, aware of Sean's background, arrives with a purpose: to extend his support in the search for his missing daughter. Reveling in the unexpected solidarity, Sean is heartened by Max's genuine concern for his family. The military history adds a layer of complexity to the unfolding mystery, hinting at potential connections that reach beyond the immediate circumstances of his daughter's disappearance. As they prepare to navigate the intricate web of uncertainties, they embark on a journey that intertwines the past with the present, as they strive to uncover the truth behind the ominous events. However, Sean, well aware of Max's character and modus operandi from their military days, decides against involving him in the matter. Recognizing his notorious reputation for employing brutal and inhumane methods on every mission, Sean declines the offer, asserting his intention to handle the situation alone. Consequently, Sean finds himself at the consulate, accompanied by the father of his daughter's friend. To everyone's surprise, it is revealed that Sean's daughter was not missing alone, she was with her friend. Taking the opportunity, Sean recounts the chronology of events, sharing his suspicions about the 2 Mexican policemen involved in the case. Sean is well informed about the current situation, particularly concerning a powerful cartel or syndicate led by a former mercenary named Victor Gara. Victor had transformed into the most feared and respected cartel leader in all of Mexico, posing a significant challenge to law enforcement and authorities. As the intricate web of events unfolds, Sean finds himself entangled in a complex scenario involving not only the mysterious disappearance, but also the shadow of a formidable cartel leader. The stakes are raised, and his determination to uncover the truth faces unprecedented challenges as the narrative delves deeper into the dangerous realms of criminal enterprises and covert military connections. The consul, expressing grave concerns, conveys the possibility that Sean's child might have fallen victim to abduction by Victor Garza's henchmen. In the event that Sean's suspicions hold true, the consul, agitated by the potential danger, advises him to accept the grim reality, and consider letting go of the case if he wishes peace. Witnessing the consul's unease, Sean's curiosity deepens regarding the extent of Victor Garza's menace. The consul proceeds to elaborate on Victor's criminal history, detailing heinous acts, such as the assassination of an honest police chief, the annual disappearance of 400 Mexican citizens, and a litany of other crimes, all potentially orchestrated by Victor's predominantly ex-mercenary forces. The news of a former colonel's daughter missing at the border quickly escalates into a viral sensation, prompting media attention. In the face of relentless interviews, Sean and his wife find themselves thrust into the public eye. While his wife can only express her anguish through tears, Sean remains resolute, conveying unwavering determination. In the midst of the media scrutiny, he assures his missing child to be patient, pledging to find her soon, one way or another. Meanwhile, Victor Garza tunes into the news, and makes a startling realization. One of the girls involved in his illicit operations happened to be the daughter of a former United States colonel. Recognizing the potential threat this poses to his business relationships with American colleagues, Victor understands that if Sean escalates the case further, it can disrupt his carefully maintained connections. In response to this, Victor takes swift action. He immediately apprehends the 2 policemen responsible for Sean's daughter's abduction, holding them accountable for the oversight. It is disclosed that the officers who had encountered Sean the previous day, Hector Montoya and his accomplice, are now in Victor's custody. Victor berates them for delivering the wrong girl, a mistake that can potentially jeopardize his criminal enterprise. Without much ado, Victor's associate promptly deals with the situation, eliminating one of the officers. However, Hector's life is spared on the condition that he will collaborate with Victor's forces to bring Sean's head to him. Furthermore, Victor instructs his brother, Carlos, to deploy a contingent of their mercenary troops to Texas with a chilling objective: to exterminate Sean's entire family. Intent on showcasing the magnitude of their organization, Victor wants the media to cover the bodies, spreading terror, fear, and horror. His objective is to instill respect and fear among government officials, law enforcement, civilians, and even rival criminals, at the mere mention of the name Victor Garza. As Carlos and his men swiftly make their way to Texas, Sean, unaware of the impending danger, is at his farm, armed with a long-barreled rifle to ward off pests. Completely caught off guard, he witnesses a convoy of vehicles approaching, prompting him to rush into the house. Instructing his wife and child to hide upstairs, he prepares for an unforeseen battle. Carlos and his men commence indiscriminate shooting, the echoes of gunfire reaching a distant neighbor, who promptly reports the disturbance to a local sheriff. Abandoning his lunch upon hearing of a resident in danger, the sheriff hurries to the scene. Despite Sean's battlefield expertise, he finds himself outnumbered, as Carlos and his men breach the front door and enter the house. Realizing that his home has been infiltrated, Sean strategically shatters plates and glasses on the floor, to detect their movements. As the men spread out, a miscalculation on their part makes it easier for Sean to eliminate them one by one in different rooms. He exploits the opportunity, demonstrating that Carlos's decision to have his men disperse played into his hands. If Carlos had chosen a different strategy, entering together with his men or opting to detonate the house from outside, it might have been a more effective approach, but Sean's resilience and tactical acumen keeps the fight alive within the confines of his home. However, Carlos seems to favor a more challenging approach over efficiency, at least from Sean's perspective. Sensing the danger, Sean moves upstairs and directs his wife and child to escape through the window, while he remains in the room. Simultaneously, Carlos compels Hector to ascend alone, creating an opportunity for Sean to easily capture him. The sheriff arrives to investigate the unfolding situation. To his astonishment, he discovers a headless body in one of the vehicles, triggering a firefight between him and the forces emerging from the residence. Seizing the opportunity, Sean evacuates his family from the scene. In a daring move, he accelerates away from the chaos. However, the respite is short-lived as he observes Carlos and his relentless pursuit still hot on his trail. Determined to put an end, Sean courageously exits the car and opens fire on the men, inducing panic among them. Despite a dozen mercenaries, only Carlos remains, regretting not having deployed more troops. Despite his vulnerability, he remains arrogant and refuses to disclose the whereabouts of Sean's daughter. However, Sean, fueled by determination, shoots both of his legs and arms. With the vital information obtained, Sean swiftly eliminates Victor's brother, bringing him one step closer to reclaiming his daughter. Despite being on the verge of success, he hesitates to involve his family any further in the dangerous situation. He escorts them to a safer location, prioritizing their safety. Subsequently, he reaches out to his friend Max, accepting the assistance offered earlier. Max, who had long yearned for the adrenaline rush of their military days, eagerly responds with enthusiasm. His commitment is evident in the equipment he brings in the trunk of his car, signaling a partnership that would play a crucial role in Sean's mission to rescue his daughter. Meanwhile, Victor finds himself in a state of unease, unable to reach his beloved brother. The realization sets in with the imminent and merciless retaliation from Sean and Max. As they arrive at Victor's residence, they swiftly eliminate every guard, without wasting any time. Victor is left dumbfounded as Max and Sean systematically annihilate all his henchmen. Initially appearing confident and powerful, he now seems feeble, as Sean ruthlessly batters his face. In no time, they reach the location where Sean's daughter is held captive. Due to the weakened state of the guards, they can easily enter without encountering any difficulties. Having successfully found his daughter and her friend, Sean, whose mission has been accomplished, entrusts the rest to Max. The brutal figure favors using extreme torture methods, and finishes Victor off in an excruciating manner. The next morning, Max is seen carrying Victor's head, intended to be placed as a warning on display by the roadside. As for Sean, he finally breathes a sigh of relief, as his family is reunited. Overjoyed, he even shaves his mustache and beard to feel fresher. A happy ending for Sean and his family, marking the triumphant resolution of a gripping and intense tale of rescue and retribution. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.